Welcome to Root Studios' brand new video, where today we are diving deep into the behind the scenes of Deadpool and Wolverine. Since Deadpool and Wolverine is Marvel's first and only movie of 2024, the MCU has gone all out to make it an absolute blockbuster. But behind all the jaw-dropping action, insane comedy and epic moments, there's a whole world of hard work, dedication, and some unexpected surprises that made this film truly special. So, without further delays, let's step into the behind the scenes of Deadpool and Wolverine and watch out for the on-set struggle and other BTS moments that brought this highly anticipated Marvel film to the screen. One of the film's most insane fight sequences happens in the streets, where Deadpool and Wolverine take on multiple variants of Deadpool from different universes. But in reality, this intense street brawl was filmed in a massive open space with a constructed street set and massive blue screen surrounding the entire area. The fight choreography was a blend of practical stunts and CGI enhancements, making every punch, kick, and explosion feel brutally real. Director Sean Levy can be seen on the set guiding the actors and stunt performers through their fight sequences, ensuring that each move feels natural and cinematic. Another major element of this fight sequence happens inside a bus, where the battle intensifies. The BTS footage reveals how this bus scene was filmed on a controlled set with blue screens covering the windows to later insert a dynamic city background. In this fight scene, a moment that sent fans roaring in theaters was the powerful entrance of Deadpool and Wolverine. One of these behind-the-scenes sequences required precise camera work and expert timing to capture the perfect cinematic hero shot. Aerial drone footage from the BTS reveals the sheer scale of the set built for this brutal fight sequence. A full-sized battle arena was constructed, showcasing the dedication and craftsmanship behind this film. Every element, from burnt-out vehicles to scattered debris, was carefully placed to create an environment that felt gritty and authentic. This behind-the-scenes glimpse highlights the immense effort required to bring this chaotic scene into the movie. Before stepping in front of the cameras, the stunt team and actors underwent extensive rehearsals to perfect the choreography for the multiversal battle. The BTS footage showcases Deadpool and Wolverine fighting against multiple Deadpool variants, with stunt doubles and motion capture actors fine-tuning their moves before the final take. The bus fight sequence was also carefully prepped, ensuring that the close quarters combat looked intense and realistic. This level of preparation allowed for seamless execution when the cameras started rolling. A major turning point in this film occurs when Deadpool and Wolverine are erased and sent into the void, a mysterious, desolate realm. In reality, this eerie void was constructed on a massive empty set with detailed practical elements blended with CGI enhancements. The BTS footage provides a look at how blue screens, lighting effects, and environmental fog were combined to create an otherworldly atmosphere. The void itself was entirely created with an amazing practical element on set. Also, there is another scene in this sequence where Johnny Storm, Wolverine, and Deadpool are seen in a flying machine. This scene looks amazing on screen, but this sequence required advanced VFX work and a blue screen. One of the most visually striking battle sequences in the movie involves Deadpool, Wolverine, and the 6 rebels taking on Cassandra Nova's forces. On screen, the battle looks grand and intense, but the behind-the-scenes footage tells a different story. The entire sequence was filmed on a practical set with a massive blue screen background replacing the final war-torn environment scene in the film. The actors performed their fight scenes on constructed platforms, which were later transformed into an epic battlefield using CGI enhancements. Watching the BTS, it's clear how much effort went into making every action-packed moment feel larger than life. The director's attention to detail and expert guidance helped bring this thrilling battle to the screen. The Void isn't just a place of exile. It also becomes the setting for an explosive showdown between Deadpool and Wolverine. In the BTS footage, we see the full setup of this eerie location, showing how a vast empty space was transformed into a cinematic battleground. The cinematic lighting and atmospheric effects such as dust, fog, and subtle color grading added to the intense mood of the scene, making the final cut feel raw and visceral. A similar effort has been put into making this set. Just see how the makers are putting in all their efforts to make a top-class movie. A side camera view of the set reveals how an empty, desolate environment was constructed for the movie shoot using practical elements and enhancements to create this illusion. As Deadpool travels across different universes searching for Wolverine, the BTS footage reveals that these scenes were primarily filmed in a controlled studio setting. Each alternate Wolverine variant was filmed separately, with Reynolds interacting with stand-ins and CGI placeholders. However, Hugh Jackman's performance is what truly brought these sequences to life. His ability to transform into multiple versions of Wolverine made the scenes feel authentic and engaging. In one of the most intense but funny scenes of the film, when Deadpool is seen digging Wolverine's grave, desperately hoping that Wolverine will be still alive because he has healing power. The scene unfolds in a chilling, snow-covered landscape, creating an atmosphere of deep suspense. However, in the behind-the-scenes video, the icy wilderness was not real at all. Instead, the entire background was created using blue screens with post-production VFX artists adding the snowy backdrop later. The grave itself was a practical set piece, but everything else, the mountains, the frozen ground, and the eerie mist, was entirely CGI enhanced. Another clever use of VFX tricks appears in the scene where Deadpool and Wolverine sit inside a dimly lit room engaged in a deep conversation. The windows in the background show a striking view, adding depth to the shot, but in reality, those windows had no actual view behind them. Instead, large blue screens were placed in their position, allowing VFX artists to insert the perfectly crafted outside scenery later. This technique ensured the lighting and outer view remained consistent and immersive for the audience. Another BTS of Cassandra Nova's secret hideout, perched alongside a massive mountain range, is one of the most visually impressive locations in the movie. However, the truth behind the scenes is even more fascinating. While the mountain itself was real, Cassandra's entire base was digitally constructed. VFX artists blended practical terrain with high-tech VFX and CGI to create a seamless fusion of real and artificial elements. The result, a breathtaking villain's lair that feels both grounded and futuristic. With this, one of the most intense action scenes happens where Deadpool and Wolverine crash down onto Cassandra Nova's mountain base. In the film, it looks like they free fall from the sky. But in reality, this dramatic sequence was filmed on a flat, empty floor, surrounded by some blue screens. But with the help of CGI work, the illusion of a high-altitude free fall was masterfully crafted. Here you can see how the empty areas around them are being created with the help of CGI so that the feel of real mountains can be given in the movie. In a pivotal moment, Cassandra Nova invades Wolverine's mind, attempting to manipulate him. The scene is visually mesmerizing with shifting colors and surreal landscapes reflecting Wolverine's fractured psyche. To bring this mind-bending effect to life, a small portion of the dreamlike environment was built practically, but most of it was extended using VFX and CGI. Careful color grading and digital enhancements made the sequence feel even more intensive and immersive. A standout moment in the film is when Pyro ignites flames in his hands. The fiery effects look incredibly realistic, but the BTS footage tells a different story. During filming, the actor held a small triangle prop with LED lights which provided the necessary glow. In post-production, VFX teams replaced the LEDs with roaring flames, ensuring that the fire looked natural and dynamic. Additionally, surrounding elements were digitally altered to make it seem like the heat was affecting. One of the most disturbing scenes in the film involves Cassandra Nova plunging her hand into Paradox's face, reading his thoughts in a brutal manner. Watching Nova's hand go inside Paradox's face is visually unsettling, and the BTS footage shows just how much work went into perfecting this effect. In reality, this sequence was entirely created using a combination of 3D animation, CGI, and facial tracking. The actors performed the scene on the set, and later the VFX team meticulously designed Nova's eerie hand movements and Paradox's terrifying reaction. After all, VFX artists carefully blended digital layers to make it appear as though Nova's fingers were piercing through the flesh. This technique required immense precision to maintain realism while keeping the horror element intact. The final movie scene was a chillingly realistic scene that left audiences stunned. In a climactic moment, Nova attempts the same mind invasion technique on both Deadpool and Wolverine. The BTS footage reveals the intricate CGI process used to transform the actors' facial expressions and surroundings. While the actors performed their reactions practically, the VFX team overlaid digital enhancements, making the scene even more surreal and terrifying. One of the most brutal action sequences occurs inside Nice Pool's car, where Deadpool and Wolverine engage in their own battle, meaning fighting each other. The car crashes, glass shatters, and Wolverine's adamantium claws slash through metal and flesh. But in reality, this fight scene was filmed against a giant blue screen with a real car physically on the set. The rest, including the car crashes, the blood effects, and Wolverine's claws, were all added through VFX. Without these digital enhancements, the fight scene would have looked completely different, proving just how essential CGI is in modern filmmaking. In one of the film's most jaw-dropping moments, Hulk lands a devastating punch on Deadpool, sending him flying backward into the massive tree root. But behind the scenes, Ryan Reynolds, or rather his brave stunt double, was trapped into a rigged harness, yanked backwards at full speed towards foam-padded tree roots, and then carefully cushioned by soft landing pads hidden beneath the scene. Later, CGI artists seamlessly transformed this setup into a bone-crunching, high-impact moment that made fans wince in theaters. At one point, Deadpool accidentally stumbles into a terrifying location surrounded by a lack of skull bones. While the eerie set looks incredibly real in the movie, the truth is, it was all blue screen magic. On set, only a handful of fake skull props were used to give the actors a point of reference. a full VFX transformation. The digital artists meticulously designed and layered each skeletal detail, making it look real on the screen. One of the most intense moments in the movie comes when Cassandra finally turns on Paradox, punishing him for his betrayal and vowing to destroy the entire universe with his own Time Ripper device. But in reality, this powerful moment was shot entirely in the studio with a blue screen stage, and Cassandra's fiery destruction effects were added later on in post-production. The lighting, CGI-enhanced shadows, and digital particle effects gave it the cinematic impact that left the fans stunned. A minor yet fascinating detail shown in the BTS footage is the painstaking work that went into Paradox's nose scene. In the BTS video revealed the detailing on the Paradox nose. The BTS clip also provides a rare look into the intricate background layering process used to blend practical elements with CGI, proving that even the smallest details get major attention in a Marvel movie. The VFX work in Deadpool and Wolverine is nothing short of groundbreaking. From hyper-realistic landscapes to seamless CGI character interactions, every element contributes to the film's immersive experience. Behind every explosive battle and stunning backdrop is a team of talented artists, stunt performers, and digital wizards who bring these visions to the screen. The magic of modern filmmaking lies in the perfect blend of practical effects, advanced CGI, and innovative cinematography. As the final film unfolds on the screen, it's easy to get lost in the action, humor, and drama, but the real magic happens behind the scenes, where creativity meets technology to create something truly spectacular.